Welcome to another edition of Relationship 911. I am your host, King James. Let me unmute Arthur J's mic. Hold on.
Yes, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And I am his co-host, Arthur J.W. How you doing tonight?
Oh man, I see. Luckily we're getting good at this because I see we ran into some technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. Am I correct?
Yes, we did. I'm having a couple on my end, but we're gonna forge ahead. We're gonna forge ahead tonight.
Okay, so tonight is our very first open mic night. So we've never had this before. So this is I felt the need to do an open mic because of some of the posts that were happening in Facebook today. So anyway, also, we do the show every Monday for all those who are viewing or tuning in or going to watch this later. Don't forget, we do the Relationship 911 show every Monday at 9 p.m. Me and Arthur J. We always have different topics, planting seeds, growing knowledge. Just a reminder, it's a focus forum group where you, the viewers, come up with solutions and interventions to some of the problems that other people are facing in relationships. Don't forget to join the Facebook group Married in 2015, which is where this forum, which is another forum, we're there all day. So if you can't get enough of us, if you want more of us for Monday, then just jump into the group and you can have us 24/7.
That's right, because some of us are going to be accused of being Tommy or Martin in a minute. They act like we work, like we can Facebook all day, but it's a great time.
Yeah, we're having fun with it. So, I don't know. I get a little status here and there and status here and there, because I find it so intriguing, these relationship topics. I have such a passion for it,
Absolutely. And you know what? It never gets old, because one thing is for sure, we're relationship inundated all day, every day. So it never gets old.
It definitely never gets old. And we have some of the most passionate, I don't care what you're going to hear me say this all the time. We have some of the most passionate group members in this group. I don't care what group you're in. These people are very passionate about their ideas. They are very firm about their ideas. Yes. And it makes for a great group. Would you say, Arthur J?
Yes, it does. I can't wait to have my dream table, though, that I listed on that post to come true. It's going to be a truly awesome time to be a part of this group. You'll learn a lot. You'll grow a lot. And one thing is for sure, you'll learn how to state your case and stick by your point. So,
or either get kicked out or whatever you guys are going to be. Hopefully, whatever this, I'm loving to see this dream table of you guys from MI 2015 come together and do whatever it is that you guys are going to do. I just want to be a fly on the wall, because if I have anything to say, they might burn me at the table or something like that. So don't forget to add me on Facebook. It's King James, K-I-I-N-G, that's 2 I's, and I-N-G, James, and don't forget to add. And then we got some great admins that regulate the group. Like I said, this is a great group. Shout out to Telly, Anisha, my boy Brent, and Carrie. And then Arthur J, how can they get at you?
Well, you can reach me on Twitter at Arthur J-A-Y, then just W. And then on Facebook, it's Arthur J-W spelled out.
Okay. So I got some callers lined up. I'm going to get into these callers. But what I want to do is, reason why open mic spawned tonight.
Tell them about the passion behind the show tonight.
Well, let me read this. So let me read a little status I put on Facebook today. So you all know I'm back to dating. Yesterday, I made plans to meet someone for coffee. We've been having good phone convo, but I got super sick yesterday, and I did not call or text to let them know I had changed the plans. This morning, I received a text that I'm such a waste of time. So I quickly text back and told her what happened, tried to call, explain, but she texted me something about waste of time. And then she said, yeah, sent you to voicemail. Was I wrong? Is dating so hard? People have zero tolerance. I don't know, feeling confused. So, I throw these little statuses up. I'm rambling. I got sick. I didn't call her back. And she sent me this text and she's like, yeah, I seen you call. I sent you the voicemail, like, nigga, don't call me, whatever. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a little different. We're just going to go ahead and get it to the caller. We're going to get to our first call. And how we do this is I'm going to say the last 4 digits of the number. And after that, your mic's going to be open and you're going to be on the mic. So anyway, let's get into 4068. You're on Open Mic Night with Arthur J. and King James. Yes, 4068. You're on Open Mic. What you got to say?
Hey, this is Robert. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Robert? So you're on Open Mic Night. We're talking about relationships. What do you got to say? Anything that's off the top of your mind? Or you want to talk about the statuses on Married in 2015? What do you have to say tonight?
Well, I believe that you should at least have the courtesy to let the young lady know that you were sick and cancel the date before, she got all dressed up and got her hopes up high and went out to meet you.
Well, Arthur J.
I mean, that's happened to me. I had people cancel.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I mean, it sucks, but we're grown ups. We communicate.
Ooh.
You okay?
So I mean, I've had it done to me. I don't like it. And like I said, we have Facebook, telephone, text. To me, that tells me that that person, from a scale from 0 to 10, as far as interest level, she was a 0.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if somebody really piques your interest, you're gonna do whatever to reschedule the date.
Let me say to that.
Robert, I attempted to. Let me ask you a question. If that was to happen to you, would you, and the person attempted to explain themselves to you, would you just cut them off?
I personally would listen, but like I said, common courtesy would say cancel a date. That person is taking time out of their schedule to meet you, to meet me. I mean, I would extend that courtesy to them.
What if I admitted I was wrong for not calling you and extending you that courtesy?
You think?
What if I admitted to you? What if I called you the next day and say, my bad, that was my fault, and I was wrong? Would you? We've been having great conversations all this way, and I told you that I was sick. We've been having great conversations. I told you I was sick, and I told you that was my bad. That was my wrong. Would you just wipe me off? Would you just like, I don't even want to talk to you anymore?
I would talk to that person, but I would not. I wouldn't feel comfortable on setting another date with them. It's not so much zero tolerance, but I mean, how many times do you have to get burned by the same person?
And that's what I want you to understand. I think, King James, you're looking at it just from your perspective. We judge others by their intentions. We judge ourselves by our actions. Okay. I mean, ourselves by our intentions, and other people by their actions. So we have to understand that your actions said that you didn't have the courtesy to call. So she could take that as, this is a trend of behavior that he's going to exemplify throughout our relationship, should we continue to talk. So I think that he's right. There's too much technology for you not to say something. And I know that I've had instances where you've canceled on me and then you posted on Facebook in the group. Now, let me just say this. It wasn't a date that King James canceled on, but it was just a circumstance in which he said he was going to do something, and then he's posting on Facebook. That ticked me off, King James. So with that being said, no matter how sick you're feeling, you need to send a text, a smoke signal, or a pigeon. Whatever you need to do, get it done.
Okay. You know what? And I want to go back to this thing that, Robert, I definitely agree with you. I could have extended the comment. I have no argument with you. I'm not I didn't put up the status to say I was right or justified. I agree with you. But things happen. But I agree with you though, Robert. I really do. I really do agree with what you're saying. I didn't argue.
There's this saying, first impressions count.
Right, correct.
So right off the bat, I mean, yeah, y'all had a good conversation. Talked on the phone, then you're a no-show.
Yep.
What kind of if somebody does that to you, what kind of impression are they going to leave on you?
Right.
Yes.
So do you believe in second chances, Robert?
Like I said, it would be very difficult. I mean, honestly, you know, I'm divorced. I went through hell.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in second chances. And sometimes, you know, you extend the second chance, and people don't tend to fully appreciate or take advantage of it. And instead, they walk all over you. So why be an enabler?
So let me ask you.
There's 6 to 7 billion people on this earth. Why get hung up on one that's not valuing you?
So I'm gonna ask you, Arthur J, to Robert's statement.
Okay.
Because of his past history,
right?
It sounds like he would, because of things he's been happening to him in the past.
Right.
It may affect how he will handle relationships in the future. So do you find that sometimes in dating nowadays, because of the way we've been done in the past, also affects the way that we handle people in the future, if we don't give them we don't come with a clean bill of slate to the plate. We come with baggage, which also indirectly affects how we foster these new relationships that come about.
Well, I think you have to redefine what's baggage and what's not. Sometimes wisdom is the best guide. Okay. So what you're saying can be twofold depending upon who it's coming from and what position their heart is in. If you're coming from someone like me, I understand what Robert is saying. I tend to be a bit more forgiving. And although I've been burned on second chances, I might be a little bit more prone to give a person a second chance. However, if my experience has been that I'm constantly getting burned, I may not be as lenient, but that doesn't mean necessarily I'm carrying the baggage in a negative way as is commonly seen. It could be that I'm just using wisdom, you know, and this, again, like Robert said, this is your first meeting. You talked about giving you a clean slate after you apologize. I may accept your apology, but keep in mind, when you build a relationship, King James, you are building trust. And even in just a meeting, trust is something that's on the table. You ruined that.
Okay, so Robert, I'm gonna let you have the last word on this, and I'm gonna go to the next caller.
All right. Well, first off, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And allow me to give my opinion.
Right.
Clean slate. I any relationship, I begin with that, but you know, you do carry wisdom from past relationships. You don't hold anything against them, but you try to learn and become a better person.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you know, you're just not gonna let anybody walk all over you.
Right. Well, I thank you for your input, Robert. Stay with us on the show. I definitely agree with what you were saying. There's no arguments. There's no qualms there. I agree with what Robert was saying, you know, about the whole first impressions. I mean, only thing I got to say is I was a little bit crucified. Okay, Arthur J, this is how I felt.
Okay.
I felt that people were crucifying me or throwing stones like they had no bones in their closet. That was the problem. That's the only, I didn't have an argument with what they were saying. The only thing was they were just, you know, chest all poked out, like, you know,
right.
You know, because I'm King James. See, I don't try to front on Facebook or social media like my life is perfect. Like I don't do messed up things. So
shade. That was man shade, by the way. That was man shade. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they come on there crucify me, you know, things like that. So I just felt like, okay, how you people are just gonna sit up here and throw all these stones like you have no bones in your closet. So that was the problem I had. What do you say about that?
Well, I also think, King James, you're going to have to understand they're coming from a snippet of the story. You and I discussed the story in full, so there's a little bit more to it. So I would suggest next time, if you put a post out there, give a little bit more intel so that they can get the full story. Also, you also know how people are when they're on social media. If
fronters.
Not everybody.
They
Don't hate.
all these photos on social media.
Don't do that. That ain't cute. That ain't cute.
Go ahead.
So, you know, as we all know, hey, we have, like you said, very passionate people, you know, and, you know, I hate the fact that you felt crucified, but definitely what you put out is what you allow people to assume the rest of that story and fill in the blanks. And maybe you should have given just a little bit more intel.
So what's up? I'm getting confused with this whole dating thing. I see a lot of women in MI 2015 always put up these zero tolerance statuses.
Right.
You're a woman. I want to ask you about that zero tolerance thing.
That comes from baggage.
That comes from baggage, but
that comes from baggage.
Do you think that this is a productive way? I mean, they'll spin it like that's how they manage it, but give me your input. Do you think that having zero tolerance is a productive way to date? Explain that to me.
I don't think zero tolerance in every facet of the relationship is a productive thing. I think that there are areas that you can have zero tolerance and it's okay. Being stood up. I actually think in a way, zero tolerance for that. You know, I would probably still talk to you if I were her, King James, but I probably wouldn't meet you anywhere. And if I did, I'd wait for you to get there first and then I would come. So there's different things that I'm being honest. But
you go, wait, hey, you there yet? You there?
Yeah. Okay, then what the place look like? Okay, well then, you know, I'll meet you there. You know, so I just think that the zero tolerance thing is a bit overdone, but that does come from baggage. Now, that's one thing you can say, hey, ladies, you've got to wipe your heart clean, wipe your slate clean because things happen. And if it's a legitimate issue or a legitimate reason, give a guy a second chance. Yeah. You know, but this is okay. So I want you to answer something for me because I had a problem with this. Now, the other day I put a status in Facebook. And I said, I'm feeling like some male companionship, just good conversation and coffee, nothing sexual. I had 2 to 3 men respond back. And I put at the end of the post, where is that at? Where can I find that at? A couple of men put cigar shop. One guy put Kroger's. Another guy put Montrose. So I'm thinking to myself, are you for real? So where is that kind of interaction throughout the group with other women, and why aren't you men saying that you're available for these women? I mean, if I could just put a simple post and you could say, hey, I'm available for good conversation and coffee, why is that not happening?
You know, I don't know what's going on with the dating thing and stuff like that. You said you just you put up a status. It was about, hey, I just want to have good conversation and coffee with a gentleman, right?
Right.
And you said you got zero response?
I got what I thought was surprising, 3 responses from 3 males. And one said, and I put at the end of the post,
you got responses.
I got responses. So, you know, from 3 males, but at the end it says, where can I find that at? And I put LOL. But 3 guys responded. And so when I said, where can I find that at? One guy said Kroger's, like he was at Kroger's. One guy said the cigar shop. He was at the cigar shop. And then another guy said Montrose. So what I'm saying is they were saying, hey, we're here. That's here. But why hasn't that been extended? So what do you think the gap is at?
Extended on to you, or I'm kind of confused about the question.
Just extended to other women within the group. I mean, why don't we have...
I think, no, wait a minute now. These people are dating in MI 2015. Don't get it twisted. They're dating, they're inboxing, they're doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've seen so many relationships form, friendships, intimacies, everything. This is a very small community, but these people are talking. They may not be talking on them boards, but their inboxes are wet.
Okay, so then my question is, how come we don't hear enough about that? Positive, we don't hear enough about the positive experiences. We hear about the negative fallout experiences, but not positive.
No, since we're having open mic, let's talk about Star.
Let's talk about it.
They, you know, Star was, you know, highfalutin.
Don't you do it?
Yes, she was. She was.
Don't you do it?
Was highfalutin her relationship. Yeah, me and the milkman, you know.
That is my girl. Don't you do that?
Was dogging me out one day because I wasn't in. Like, you know, now she's the relationship guru, right? You know, and then next thing I know, it's Armageddon. It's Sideplex, and it's all kinds of statuses and shit and all kinds of bullshit going on. You know, I thought they were such a lovey-dovey couple. I was rooting for the motherfuckers. They posting selfies and little crackish ass videos, and I'm loving it. Right? And the next thing, boom.
You ain't right. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I personally felt like my parents divorced when Star and the Milkman broke up. I can't even lie. It's not the topic of the show, but when that happened,
We're talking about everything.
I was like, dang it, because I had an opportunity to interact with them. And when we went out on a little road trip, and they were really a great couple. I think the Milkman is an awesome guy, and Star is my chick, so I love her. But we have a couple of other couples in the group that don't get so much love. What about Cynthia? And I can't remember, what's the gentleman that she's dating again?
The group was so mean to them. I just felt like that. I feel like, I felt like they kind of bullied Cynthia a little bit. I love them as a couple too.
What's the gentleman's name? It's Cynthia, and what's his name?
I cannot remember the guy's name. But it was an older gentleman. They're also in Soulmates right now, so they post over there. So I'm still friends with them, and I see them. But like I said, there's other relationships that have formed. I don't want to. If they haven't posted it, I don't want to say it. But there are people who met in 2015 and are in relationships currently at this moment, thanks to King James. So
okay, well, I want to say this. Well, that's probably the reason why we're having all this conflict, because you ain't saying nothing, and then they inboxing other females, and causing issues.
Well, so you can't stop it. You can't stop people from inboxing you.
But you still don't want to tell nobody. You don't still want to tell nobody.
No,
I was being a little messy. You ain't catch it. Okay, but go ahead. Moving on. Do we have another caller?
No, I have another call. But what I had an interesting topic was one of our newest members, Dina Al-Farah, I think that's her. She put up a post on what do men really want. I thought that was a very interesting thing. And from your perspective, since we're winding up, what do you? Okay, you say men are from Venus and women from Mars. Mm-hmm. I want to hear from you. Because sometimes, before I say this, men can tell women what they want, but sometimes y'all women just tell us what y'all think we should want. And I'm like, no, that's not what we want. I just told you what I wanted, but you just want to tell me what you think I should want. But in your mind, what do you think a man wants? I want to hear your perspective. And I want to tell you what a man wants. Go ahead.
I practically think a man really does want stability in a woman. He wants mental, emotional, and physical stability in her. I do believe that a man likes a strong woman, but he likes a hint of helplessness because men like to feel needed. And it's just the truth of the matter. It's how they're made. And I think that they do want loyalty, and they do want love, and they do want passion. But some of them don't know always how to convey that, and they don't always know how to guide it in a woman. So those are just the preliminary things, I think. Don't do it.
I don't even have a buzzer, but I have I don't know. Does that run out a clock or a dong or something? I mean, negative. I'm gonna tell you what a man wants. See, that's why y'all don't listen. See, I'm finna give up the game right here, right now on Relationship 911.
So y'all don't want love and loyalty? Is that what you're saying?
First of all, men want excitement. We want to be excited. We don't want this, if we're going to be with you every day, all day, we want excitement. Yes, we want loyalty. Yes, we want stability. Yes, okay. You know what? I'm gonna take a call, right? I'm gonna just take a call because I can tell you what men want, but I'm gonna take.
Okay, wait a minute. What's this with this excitement thing? I mean,
I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna take another call before I go. Before we run out of time. So I'm gonna take Miss Knight on the phone. Miss Knight, you are on.
Miss Knight.
Hey.
Okay, this is open mic night. We're just rambling, talking about random things in MI 2015. Especially this one topic that kind of spawned off in there about me going on this date, not calling. But anyway, Miss Knight, open mic, what you got to say tonight?
I'm sorry, repeat. Hold on. What did you say?
We're just talking about relationships. Anything that you just on your mind, you want to get off, any topic you want to discuss, the mic is open for you.
Okay. What I want to say is how you think that you can be, like you said, you wanted a second chance. How can you start a second chance when you've never had a first chance? So it wasn't even a matter of
second chance to even start with.
Well, I mean,
why you say that? Why you say that, Miss Knight?
Huh?
Why you say he didn't even have a first chance when she been conversating with them, talking with them? That's time investment. So why do you say he didn't have a first chance?
It wasn't at the hair salon. I told y'all I wasn't scared. But it wasn't a first chance because that's just an additional meeting. It wasn't a first chance. Y'all were just hanging out trying to get to know each other. It wasn't a first chance.
Oh. Well, I'm kind of.
So you're asking for a second chance when she doesn't even know you, even if she wants to give you that first chance.
Oh. Well, I'm kind of confused by that statement, but whatever. I'm not.
No confusion.
No, I mean, because I don't understand the whole first chance. I didn't even have a first chance. That's kind of. I'm really confused by it. I mean.
Okay, let me help you.
Go ahead, please do. Break it down for us.
Okay, let me help you. First of all, you did, that was your first impression. You never made the first impression.
Okay.
You're asking for a second chance, but you never made the first one.
Okay, so should people give first chances again?
Absolutely not. Not if you don't know that person. It's differently if you built a relationship or built some sort of established something with that person. But when you're just meeting on the phone or just having a good conversation, how can you have expectations for something other than her not to respond back?
So let me ask you a question. You're talking to a guy. I mean, let's just put the cards on there. First of all, let me tell you, I have no qualms with what I did. I mean, I'm not arguing with you or nothing about that, but I'm just because things happen. This is real life. But what I'm saying is, if you're talking to a young man and you guys have a great conversation, which is hard to come by, chemistry and conversation, right? Would you agree, Ms. Knight?
I can agree.
Okay, so being that you found this person that can actually hold a conversation on the phone with you, and you don't hear from them, and the next day they say that they were sick, and they explain to you and they're apologetic, they try to call you, you send them the voicemail. You mean you're just gonna cut them off? That thing, that first impression thing, I guess, or one chance or first chance, you're just gonna cut them out without hearing them or maybe seeing if. I mean, I don't know. Are you just going to cut them out completely?
Yes, I would, because let me tell you, at this point in my life, or anybody's life, who's on here, okay, I'm sorry, with 30-something, some people 40, almost in their 50 years old.
Right.
You ran into this. You have to use what God gave you, which is instinct. If your instincts say you something foul, it's foul. Mm-hmm. And then if you have me sitting somewhere
But see, hold on, Ms. Knight. See, now, wait a minute, hold on. See, I like what I think is happening, what the callers do is picturing the scenery of this young lady sitting there. Yep. This is not the case. This is not the person. Let me get some more information, give you some more, because I think they paint a picture of somebody sitting at a restaurant waiting on me to pull up. No, it wasn't that. That wasn't the thing.
Okay, so what was it?
We just talked. You paint a picture. I gave you what happened. These people were painting a picture. Don't paint a picture of her sitting there. We just discussed that morning.
You said you made plans. When you
That's right. You did say that.
Well,
I went there and you never showed up. So just clear that part up.
Yeah, well, she was not waiting. She was not waiting nowhere from me. I'm not that big of an a-hole. She was not waiting nowhere for me to pull up anything like that. We just talked earlier and said, hey, let's maybe meet up for some coffee around 7:00. And she said, fine. And I just never called her back.
Okay, so
in the morning.
Okay,
so I never called. Let me finish telling the story before y'all start talking about it was raining on the girl's head. She was sitting in the car and she was crying.
No one created that.
But okay, so we talked that morning. We just said made plans. We didn't even pick a place or nothing. We just said, hey, let's meet for coffee later on. And she said about maybe 6:00 we can, maybe meet for some coffee. I said fine. I just never called her back later on that thing. And then the next day, she was like,
so let me tell you right there. So can I paint this picture? Since you say that you didn't say, hey, we're going to meet at X, Y, and Z place at 7:00. I understand what you're saying, but can I tell you something? She had anticipated that. And we as women are proactive. So yeah, you can't picture her sitting at an establishment, but you can sit there waiting. She didn't got dressed. She's done her hair. She's prepared to get ready to be somewhere for 7 o'clock. She just doesn't know exactly where she's going to be. So once again, that was very careless of you, although you admit that. I do think that there's room to move forward, but you have to earn it. And sometimes you get a second chance and sometimes you don't.
So Ms. Knight, let me ask you a quick question before I go to the next card. Have you ever so you've been, when it comes to dates, you mean to tell me your whole life when you're in your dating, you've never shaded nobody, you've always returned a call, you've just been this perfect dating person. You've been perfect in your dating practices.
No one is perfect.
Right. And that's all I'm saying.
That doesn't mean I get a second chance.
It does, right. It may not mean, but it doesn't mean that you're a bad person either, right?
No one says you're a bad person, but you have to also listen to your instincts first.
Right. Well, Ms. Knight,
don't sound right.
Okay, well, I thank you for calling. Just keep on the show. I'm going to go to the next call, but I thank you. And you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. We're just trying to learn from each other. Hold on.
And so, King James, I would like to tell you, I am pretty perfect in that. I've never done that to a person. No, I'm being honest. If I tell you I'm going to be there, I'm a stickler for being on time, doing what I say I'm going to do. I do not like not being known to being a woman of my word. That's just how I am. Don't hate. That's some more man shade.
Let's go to the next caller because we're running out of time. I'll go to one more caller before we close out the show. I am going to go to 5945. It's open mic. Everybody's trying to crucify the king. What do you got to say?
Well, what's up, King Tight?
What's up? Got a mail on another mail. That's what I'm talking about. Mail's ready.
Who is it?
You know who it is. Fellow Tinto Warner.
Oh, thank you. Don't worry about that. So look, we're talking.
Do you have proof? Do you have proof she was at the place of the establishment, or that's just what she said?
No, we never. Okay, let me explain the scenario to you again. We just talked early that morning. You know, you talk to somebody that morning, you be like, hey, let's meet up for lunch later on about 12, but you don't pick a place. You just say it randomly. They say, okay. You never hear from each other that whole day. And then the next day they call you and they say, oh, you're such a waste of time. You try to call them and tell them you're sick. And then they send you the voicemail and they cut you off. I didn't pick a time. I didn't pick a place. I didn't say meet me here. She wasn't sitting in the car. She wasn't getting rained on. She wasn't in tears. I mean, we didn't have a place. So what do you have to say about that?
Man, I just think that was enough with a lame excuse for somebody to give somebody a hard time. That's all.
You know what?
Metro come back around, she would just catch that other bus. Ain't nobody got time. It's life too short to be over here bickering and backering about some bullshit. Straight up.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but absolutely not.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
No, I don't. I don't. But let me see.
I'm gonna put it out there. This is Mr. Oliver.
He ain't scared. So you agree that I should be, you agree that nobody's perfect. I mean, what I did was I could have extended courtesy, but it wasn't that bad to where she couldn't have just picked up the phone and listened to what I was saying to her, right?
I agree. She could have.
You would have picked out a place and said what time and all this and that. Okay, yeah. I mean, you're in the wrong. You're kind of in the wrong regardless, but at the same time, come on, let's just let bygones be bygones. It's just finally pick a place and sit down and talk. That's just like just somebody just trying to give somebody a hard time.
And being emotional, right? Being emotional, right? Would you say?
But King James, can I tell you something though? That's Damien, right?
You can't put that mark on everybody that, oh, you ain't no good and blah blah just behind one little incident. Come on.
Please, okay, so let me say this. King James, do not take advice from somebody who can't even make a first date. Do not take advice from somebody that cannot even make a first date.
Okay,
okay.
Oh,
Don't do it. Don't do it, King James. Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all have this. Go ahead.
Second of all, we're not being too emotional. And men, that's why y'all don't get us and y'all don't do right, because women anticipate. I told you that before. And she was just looking forward to it. So you need to think about the fact she got her hopes up. So I think that that's more too. And women have pride. So her pride probably got a little hurt. And, she probably thought, hey, she felt some type of way about that, apparently. So, don't take Mr. Oliver advice, because if I could show you all the times he was supposed to.
Hold on, let him talk, Arthur. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, what if the shoe was on the other foot? Because that happens a lot of times with just females. Oh, I had to do this. Oh, I had to do that. And sometimes y'all, oh, girl, I had to do this the other day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do the same thing, but y'all just do it in a different way.
And you know what? I want to agree with that, David, because through my experience, I have, they say, oh, my kids came up this, that. And I've been really accepting, and guess what? The reason why I'm not zero tolerance, because things happen. I think you have to be irrational not to understand. I might have been a little miffed, but you have to be irrational and flexible. If you want to date in today's society, if you're just zero tolerance and not flexible, I think it's not going to work out for you.
So what do you say, King James and Damien, to somebody that just text, call, and inbox you, but they never set up a date? Should you be flexible enough to continue to talk to them? Or should you just move on? What do you think?
Yeah. My thing is she should have been flexible, because she could run across some of these hard heads that all they want to do is come by and smash, and that's about it, and move on. At least my homeboy was good enough to be trying to set something up, because he got sick, he couldn't do it.
Okay.
That's all I got. Hey, David, I thank you for calling in. Hold on, Jake. We're not gonna go back and forth with you and D. Look, we got one more caller I'm gonna get into, then we're gonna close out the show. Did I get into this caller right here? Okay, 4494. That's my last caller I'm gonna get into tonight. 4494. You're on open mic. What do you got to say with King James or Arthur J?
Well, I think y'all saved the best for last.
All right.
Basically, it's about these thirst buckets on this 15 married dating. It's almost like a dating site for passive-aggressive, desperate broads who are trying to somehow, pass themselves off as not really interested, but they really are, and the thirst is overwhelming. I mean, it's creepy, it's bizarre, and everyone is so holy. Even the sausage acts like they have to agree with the hens on everything, and if they don't, it's like everybody's henpecked, and if you don't agree with the mass of them, they turn on you with their pitchforks.
Caller, you are so insightful. I happen to agree with the caller.
How did you make sense out of that?
He made sense. The caller made sense.
What was that?
He was saying, caller, I want to sum up what you were saying.
Right.
He's saying that even the guys are thirsty, that they'll just agree with the masses just to get favored. Unlike me, who King gets crucified because I kind of have my own out the box thing. That's why I always get crucified in here. But there's tons of people who just perpetrate and say what the masses go to instead of really speaking the truth. They front. And I forgot what he was saying about the women. The women, I guess y'all know y'all want to get down with it. Y'all try to act like y'all standards are so high or y'all won't take this. But in truth, you will take 50 to 45% lower than what you're talking about.
Well, what we're really trying to do is avoid the game players.
I've heard this. This lady has talked well enough, and I've listened to her plenty of times. May I please speak?
Yes, sir.
You have a beautiful voice, ma'am, but let the man speak sometime. King James, you're a great host. You're very insightful, smart, intelligent. You don't choose sides, but the majority of the problem is that everybody, if you say something that's politically incorrect, the prudes get the, oh my God. I mean, last week it was an issue. This room has really changed. Yeah, with growth and change, there comes a different demographic. Unfortunately, nothing ever stays the same. That's life. It's a microcosm of life. So if you want to stay in this little bubble, don't grow. Nothing's going to go back to 76. No one's going to pay for your dinner every night. I'm going to lose attention and go fuck your friend if you continue. But, you know, but it's amazing how you read just what I said in the average woman because she's not thinking on her feet. Couldn't not fathom nothing I said. And she's typical of the women on that site because they're so used to hearing henpecked dudes saying exactly what they want them to hear. I'll have a horse in a race.
Okay. Really? Is this serious?
Okay, caller. Hey, caller. The caller was so excited. I can hear. I appreciate you. We ran out of time. Caller. He's got to call in every week because
no, he actually
is insightful.
Absolutely the last time we're gonna hear that gibberish.
I'm gonna let you have the last word, but that guy was a damn genius. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna give him the genius horn. He needs to call in every week, but if the show's running out, Arthur J, I'm gonna let you have the last word on this. This is open mic. Say what you guys say.
You know, in all honesty, listen, just treat people how you want to be treated. It's a general rule of thumb. You could say a whole lot, but it goes so far. And you know what? There are different people that make the world go round. MI 215, we're passionate. We say what we want. We want what we say. Sometimes we're about what we say we are. Sometimes we're not. That's just the way of the world we live in. So you know what? At the end of the day, it makes for an exciting mix and exciting conversation. So that's why MI 215.
And I'd like to thank everybody that called in tonight and all the viewers. And I think we had a great show. Catch us on Mondays at 9 p.m. We're here every Monday, 9 p.m. Join the Facebook group, Married 2015. And just come with your topics. We're not all going to agree on the same thing, you know, but bring your passion, bring your knowledge, bring your experiences to the floor. Because I'm definitely here to learn. I hope you're here to learn too. Relationship 911. We'll see you on Mondays. Peace.
Peace out.